I've been reading the reviews. As you know, they're mostly positive, though there is a note of skepticism on just how well this phone can do. How important is the device to the future of BlackBerry?
Well, it's always an important device. I mean, device is always an important part of our business. But you also know that we are generating a lot of business in the software world and the connected cars and everything connected and IoT and all that buzzwords. So we're doing a lot of different things. But it's still very important.
Nothing creates as much buzz, though, as a new consumer device.
I know.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing. You know, it's like, you know, I learned some time ago that, you know, you like people to talk about you, good or bad. Right? The worst thing is nobody mentioned you.
Stop existing.
So no, it's a good thing. And we love the attention, and it's kind of challenging. So we love the challenge.
Challenging why?
Well, I mean, we lost our number one position a number of years ago. You know, in 2007, everybody has a BlackBerry, and BlackBerry, BBM. You know, it's kind of like the everyday word. So a number of things have happened, and we lost that position. We're trying to come back. So everybody now become a critic. So, you know, some of them remember the past and then compare us from that, and some of them thought about the current competition with, you know, the other fruit company and
the fruit company.
So I don't want to mention my competitors on the air.
I'll mention it. Many people feel like Apple is unstoppable, and the one place they couldn't get into was business, because we all use BlackBerries for work. And then you had CEOs and C-suite executives walk into their IT department and say, I have this tablet, I have this iPad, I need to use it at work.
For me.
Right.
And now that Apple ecosystem has made its way into corporate America. What are you doing about that? That's your dojo.
Well, so the first thing we do, well, first of all, we didn't like that happen. But anyway, since it happened,
like it when that happened.
So since it happened, and the first thing we did was we created a lot of software that manages everything. So it's not just managing BlackBerry. You know, if you talk about any sea change, it was because that, you know, we make sure that all the know-how that we have, which is huge, a lot of technology, could be run on everybody's devices and managed everybody's devices, Samsung, Knox, and you know, the company, you know, with Apple and so forth. So that's important. But then there are also a category of users that looks for high-end, looks for the keyboard for productivity, looks for battery that you never charge during the day. I don't even need wireless charging, because all you need to go to bed and you plug it in and that was it. So you look for all these features and security and privacy, and that's what this is for. So we are addressing a segment of the market, and we hope that market segment goes bigger and bigger. And apparently, I'm not going to name names on the air, but there was a lot of celebrities now wanting that device, this device, though.
There are a lot of people, analysts, investors.
Wait, you got to ask then about Alicia Keys. There's a big risk.
He had nothing to do with Alicia Keys,
But there's a big risk in tying yourself to celebrities who are saying, I back this product, I love this product, and then what happens? They're holding an iPhone, right? iPhones are cool. People think that the iPhone product has that great camera. So when you talk about celebrities liking your product, this is a dangerous place to play.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not asking celebrity publicly endorsing us. I just amazed and happy the fact that they're using it now. So that's the, you know, that's the part I'm mentioning about. I'm not going to have a celebrity spokesperson for it.
Okay, so if it's not celebrities, how much marketing muscle in dollar terms are you going to put behind this phone?
Quite a bit. Not going to give you a number.
Well, what is quite a bit for BlackBerry? I don't know.
Well, we're still a $3 billion company, and we have over $3 billion of cash right now. So we're pouring most of them in research and development because we want a new platform. But I agree with Stephanie. This is not about getting another well-known, you know, figures to use this and then come to find out.
You're not looking for a Kanye selfie.
Yes, exactly. Well, selfie I could handle, but not, anyway.
Why now? And the reason why now isn't because I'm saying Android isn't a good idea. Maybe it's a great idea, but there are people, like I say, users, customers, you know, shareholders who want to know why you didn't do this before.
Well, I just got here. I mean, literally. So,
well, 2 years ago.
A couple of years ago. Yeah, a couple of years
Almost
ago.
to the day, in fact, right?
Yeah, November 4th. So yesterday was my 2-year anniversary. But it takes time. It takes time to develop the partnership. It takes time to develop technology.
Could you have done it before?
In what way? From a technological point of view, yes, absolutely. We could have done it before, but again, putting a product like this together, marrying the best of two worlds, everything we know about security, all our back-end system, we have a pretty interesting dashboard in here to tell you who's pinging you, for example. So those are all things that we put in. It takes time to do that.
You say it takes time. How much time do you need? Because we're living in an environment where the public, shareholders, are very impatient. How much time do you need to make this really happen?
I told everybody 2 years ago that it would take me 3 years.
So one more year.
I'm 2/3 into this.
All right.
Go ahead.
In success, how does this new product relate to the rest of your business? Because you mentioned you have a big business that's apart from cell phones,
right,
practically. Is it the idea that if I go and buy one of these, it's more likely I'll use your other products? How does that connection made?
So back to the earlier conversation about enterprises and government using our phones, and they use our phone more securely because our software, the servers, like for example, our Department of Defense uses our servers and to manage all devices, but happen to be all BlackBerry device. But that's one of those situations. So it doesn't really have to, but if you want to really take the highest level of security and privacy, then you should marry the two together.
John, here's what some of those enterprise and government customers are wondering. If this phone, if this device, the one that you've got in your hand, the Priv, doesn't meet your expectations, what happens to BlackBerry's handset business?
Well, we will then migrate more to more in the software. But when I mention software, everybody thought I'm building this big mainframe type software and server software. I'm talking about also software that goes in the phone. So, if we don't get a good hardware business going, like making money and all that good stuff, then we'll be more concentrated on the software side.
But will you get out of hardware? Is that?
Well, the market will tell us. I mean, I never rule anything out.
And you're giving it until when? At what point do you need to make that decision?
Now, let me answer it this way, because I don't want my marketing people to go crazy.
We do actually.
Okay, so here's the real answer. So far, it looks like that we're good to stay in the hardware business.
Can I just show you?
Please.
If you break down, and I've been looking into the Bloomberg to pull out hardware revenue versus software revenue. So hardware revenue are the blue columns here, going back to 2006, peaking there in 2011. Software is the yellow columns here. So I actually expected to see much bigger yellow columns because I know that from covering the auto industry, the automakers, especially the luxury automakers, but also GM and others, are using BlackBerry software. So why aren't the yellow columns bigger, and are they going to?
Good. They will have to.
Yeah. Because the market's deciding as you said yourself, the market is going to decide whether or not hardware is the business that you stay in,
Right. So I'll answer the software question this way. We are now, a lot of the automakers, I think we're in 250 cars or something, model. But we got paid as they roll out the car, so it's a royalty based. So if you think about the whole idea of charging people money when they use our software on a monthly basis, this is the reason why you should be seeing the yellow line or the orange bar going up on a gradual basis.
John, how big a business do you have in automotive? Can you quantify it, and how much of that is coming from the new wave, which is to say autonomous driving, something that you've been looking at for at least a couple of years?
We don't break it out for obvious reasons. We don't have segments. But this year we believe that we'll get about $500 million in the software business.
$500 million in the software business, of which automotive is a significant part?
It's a reasonable significant.
The reason I mention this, Matt knows this, one company in the autonomous driving industry, a supplier, Mobileye, trades at 100 times forward earnings. If you had a significant autonomous driving software business, I'd have to believe BlackBerry stock would be worth a little more than it is today.
I can't answer any stock question. That way, I'm always very biased, obviously.
But Mobileye could be a possible target, an acquisition target, are they? Mobile Iron, could they be a possible acquisition target for you?
Mobile Iron.
Yes.
Mobileye. Oh, I think Mobileye is a bit too expensive at the moment.
Yeah,
But you've been buying.
Stephanie probably right on the Mobile Iron part.
For software? Are you still shopping for software? Because if that yellow bar is going to grow faster than the blue bar.
We made 5 acquisitions in the last 20 months. The most recent close was Good Technology.
Yeah. And are there more coming?
I think it will be.
There will be.
Yeah.
Well, just give.
Now I'm piquing your interest.
You are. You're piquing our interest. See, producers kill us.
You're torturing Stephanie.
John Chen.
Because you know I like me some BlackBerry.
John, thank you.
Yeah.
It's a fun phone.
Thank
I
you.
have to say that. I've been trying it for a couple days.
Yeah, BlackBerry CEO Chen, thanks for being with us.